Man like Robbie, welcome along to MLR Daily. Now, yesterday there was a real shocking thing that happened in the Champions League. The game against Borussia Dortmund and Monaco, 90 minutes before kickoff, the game was postponed because there was 3 explosions that took place near the Dortmund team bus. I mean, it's truly horrific. It looks like it might possibly have been a terrorist attack, or could it be domestic? Nobody's really sure at the moment, but there was a letter apparently left at the scene that the police are examining at the moment, and there's been a lot of reports in the German media that the letter has Islamist, terrorist links. We don't know for sure yet with that, but it's really scary. Really scary that this is happening again at football. We've seen it before in the attacks that happened in Paris, and now again targeting a big Champions League game like this between Borussia Dortmund and Monaco. And as I said, it was like 90 minutes before kickoff. Marc Bartra, one of the top players for Borussia Dortmund, got injured. He has apparently fractured his wrist. All the players, understandably, completely shook up by the whole incident, and it's just a really, really terrible thing. I mean, as I said, the police have come out and said it was definitely a targeted attack. Borussia Dortmund fans were inside the ground and they didn't really know what was happening. And then they were, the authorities told them that, listen, this is what's happened. Everybody just leave the ground, and the game was postponed, and the game will take place tonight. It's been rearranged for tonight, so that's one great thing, that the game's been put back on. And you know what, one good thing that came out of it, and every time you have these sort of adversities, you then also see, after you've seen the bad side of mankind, you then see the good side of mankind, and especially in football, you always see it. I thought it was brilliant. First of all, Monaco themselves saying to their fans that, listen, with the game being rearranged to today, it's going to be a 5:45 kickoff. They said that, listen, any Monaco fan that's staying in Germany, we will reimburse you up to €80, which is about £67. We will reimburse that money if you need to get accommodation and that, which I thought, from the club, fantastic. Well done to Monaco. And then Borussia Dortmund fans. Now, this is fantastic. I mean, I was over in Dortmund the other day, did a feature on Dortmund. The fans were brilliant. And again, they've gone up so much in my estimations after what I saw them do yesterday, because they put out this tweet and it said beds for away fans, and basically what they were saying, any Monaco fan out there that needs a place to stay for the night, so that you can get to the game tomorrow, follow, check out the hashtags on Twitter, and you can come and stay with us for free. And there was Monaco fans that were staying with German families, and it was brilliant. Brilliant football yet again, rising above this rubbish that goes on sometimes in the world. But the scary thing, as I said, is that yet again football targeted, and this time, as I said, the Borussia Dortmund team. And let's just hope they catch the people that were involved in this. But a really scary moment, and the game postponed and rearranged for tonight. The other game last night, let's talk football now. There was another game on last night, and it was a brilliant game as well. Juventus versus Barcelona. What a fantastic performance by Juventus, running out 3-0 winners on the night. Another pasting for Barcelona away from home. Remember, they got beat 4-0 in the last round away from home against PSG. This time again, another beating by them, by a very, very good Juventus team. 2 goals by Paulo Dybala. This guy is a top player. Everybody in Italy knows about him. Maybe not so many people in the UK know about him, but he is a brilliant player. Young player still as well. And he scored 2 great goals yesterday. Chiellini getting the 3rd for Juventus. And basically, Juventus played Barcelona off the park. Barcelona's defending last night was, me being an Arsenal fan, I think they were doing an Arsenal impression. I mean, it was awful. And I just can't see how they can win the Champions League with the way they defend. I mean, as I said, you saw it in the previous game against PSG, now again last night. And again, they're going to be relying on their top players in Neymar, Messi, Suarez to get them out of jail when they go for the second leg. in a couple of weeks' time in Barcelona. However, they're up against a Juventus team that will not defend as badly as PSG. They have an excellent manager in Massimo Allegri, a guy who's been linked with Arsenal. But again, he showed his worth last night. They've got a very experienced team. You know, when you go through that team, Chiellini, Buffon, you know, guys like Sami Khedira, Mandzukic, you know, it's a very, very experienced team. You know, Higuain up front. I just can't see them going to Barcelona and crumbling the way PSG did. And I've got to say, it looks to me like Juventus will be going through to the next round. And on the performance of last night, they will be a very difficult team to beat. They were very, very good. Games tonight, of course. The game that I was talking about earlier, Dortmund versus Monaco, that's been rearranged. That kicks off at 5:45. Then later on, it's the big night for Leicester City. Leicester go to Atletico Madrid. It doesn't get much more tougher than this, but at least they've got the first leg away. Then they can bring Atletico home. Now, they've got to stay in the game tonight. You know, even if they lose, try and get an away goal. Try and stay in the game. Don't get beat like how, say, Barcelona, for instance, got beat last night, like a 3-0 or a 2-0. I think it's really important that, you know, 1-0 or 2-1, but try and get that away goal. And you never know. Leicester bringing Atletico back, you know, to the King Power. Listen, nobody wants to play Leicester because you just don't know what they're going to do. And they've been playing some good football recently, and they're really good at catching teams on the counter-attack. The only problem is that Atletico kind of play in a similar style. That's why I thought Leicester might have been better off getting one of the other big guns, because Atletico are a very tactical team, will defend, will try and catch on the counter as well. I don't know. I don't really fancy Leicester tonight, but who knows? Leicester have surprised us so many times in the past. And then who can predict the other game? Bayern Munich versus Real Madrid. How do you predict this game? I mean, two brilliant teams. Real Madrid are missing a couple of defenders, so you know, I've got to edge towards Bayern here. Bayern have been playing brilliant ever since they beat Arsenal. They've been on fire. They destroyed Borussia Dortmund at the weekend 4-1. Lewandowski, Robben, all those guys are really on form. They've just got a really, really good team. Bayern Munich had a bit of a slow start to the season, but now they've kicked into gear. And I really fancy them tonight to beat Real Madrid. I know Real Madrid, of course, you know, Bale, you know, Ronaldo, you know the drill. They've got all these top players, but I don't know. As a team, I just think Bayern Munich, I even fancy them possibly to be the winners of it this year. They are a really good team. What do you guys think? What do you think? You know, give us your predictions in the comments. I'm really looking forward to those games tonight. It should be really, really good. And we'll be back tomorrow with more MLR Daily.
Man like Robbie.